You're not going to like what I'm about to say, but someone has to say it. Traveling to India can be a nightmare. Not always. Not for everyone. But if you're a solo woman traveler or someone who values basic hygiene, or someone who doesn't enjoy being scammed the moment you step off the plane, then yeah, India might not be the spiritual Instagram dream it's sold as. Just take a look at this travel blogger called Nick Maddock, who was hospitalized for a severe respiratory infection after a 15-hour train journey from Varanasi to New Jalpaiguri. He said that the train journey was the grossest thing he had seen in his 6 years of traveling. Doctors said that he got the infection either on the train or when he was in Varanasi while locals were cremating bodies in the Ganges River. Either way, terrible. So let's get real for a second. India is often packaged as this mystical, life-changing destination. Eat, pray, love made it look like a spiritual paradise. Influencers show you sunsets in Goa, temples in Varanasi, and colorful festivals in Rajasthan. But you know what they don't show? The filth, the scams, the smell, the aggressive touts, the constant noise, or worse, the real danger, especially for women. Let's start with the scams, because trust me, they start early. Literally, the moment you get off the plane. You book a cab using the airport service, and guess what? The driver still tries to take you to a friend's hotel because the one you booked burned down last week. Classic. Or the good old tourist price trick where everything costs you 10 times more than it would a local just because you don't speak Hindi and you're carrying a backpack. You'll get fake tickets, fake guides, fake police, and even fake monks trying to bless you before asking for a donation. There's an entire economy built around fooling tourists. And if you think you're too smart to fall for it, congrats, you're already falling for it. But maybe you think that you won't get scammed if you take a rickshaw instead. After all, they are hard-working, honest men, right? Nope, you'll get scammed no matter what. But hey, maybe you're not worried about a few hundred rupees lost here and there. Fair. But what about your safety? Here's the uncomfortable truth. India is not safe for women travelers. Period. Don't take my word for it. In a 2023 global survey by the World Population Review, India ranked among the most dangerous countries for women. Sexual harassment is rampant. Catcalling is common. Groping happens in crowded streets and even temples. And you can forget about personal space, especially if you're on a public bus or train. There's even a term for it, Eve teasing. Sounds harmless, right? It's not. It's a local euphemism for everything from stalking to assault. Just because it's normalized doesn't mean it's okay. You'll find horror stories online. Women who went backpacking alone thinking they'd find enlightenment and ended up traumatized. Stories of hotel staff walking into rooms uninvited. Stories of local men pretending to be helpful only to follow or harass travelers. And this isn't fear-mongering, this is reality. If you're a man, you might not see it. But if you're a woman, you're constantly on guard. You don't go out after dark. You avoid eye contact. You wear baggy clothes. You cross the street 10 times in a row to avoid being followed. This is not a vacation. This is survival. We've all seen the TikToks of female tourists in India showing the surrounding views, only to see crowds of men in half-buttoned shirts, pot bellies sticking out, staring at the female like they've never seen one before. Okay, let's switch gears. Let's talk about food. Everyone says, oh my God, the street food in India is to die for. And you know what? That's accurate, because you might actually die from it. Delhi belly isn't a joke. It's practically a rite of passage for tourists. But here's the thing, what locals can stomach, your Western digestive system probably can't. We're talking about food cooked in questionable oil with no refrigeration, served on plates rinsed in dirty tap water. And good luck trying to find a clean bathroom when the bacteria kick in. You think you're just being adventurous trying that roadside samosa. But that samosa could come with a free side of E. coli, or giardia, or parasites, or worse. And it's not just food. India has one of the highest rates of antibiotic-resistant bacteria in the world. Let's talk about religion for a second, because in India, religion isn't just a belief system, it's a powder keg. A single rumor can spark a riot. A Facebook post can lead to people being lynched. No, really. Lynchings. In 2024 alone, there were over 200 reported incidents of religiously motivated violence, mostly targeting minorities like Muslims and Christians. Foreigners are sometimes caught in the middle. Ask anyone who's been in India during communal unrest. It's scary, chaotic, and dangerous. You could be staying in a peaceful neighborhood one minute, and the next, there are mobs marching down the street. And no, you won't understand what's happening until it's too late. Even religious tourism comes with a warning label. Temples can be breathtaking, yes, but they can also be hostile. Women on their periods, not allowed in many places. Wearing a tank top, expect glares, and possibly a lecture. Non-Hindu? In some temples, you're flat out banned. Discrimination is alive and well, and it's not just religious, it's caste-based, gender-based, and yes, even skin color-based. Fair skin is idolized in India, dark skin, not so much. It's ironic considering most of the country isn't exactly pale. But Modi loves playing this card, especially the ethno-religio-nationalist card about his glorious Bharat Empire, which is a pure land solely for Hindus, and nobody else is welcome. And don't even get me started on the infrastructure. Planning to take a train across India? Better get comfortable being uncomfortable. Indian Railways is an adventure, but not in a good way. Trains are overcrowded, schedules are unreliable, and hygiene is non-existent. You might think you're going to relive scenes from the Darjeeling Limited, but what you'll actually get is a cockroach-infested sleeper car and a hole in the floor for a toilet. Most of the train and tracks are from the days of the British Empire. It's not like China where they've modernized their entire track system and created more high-speed rail than all other countries combined. And the cities? Traffic that makes zero sense, honking 24/7, cows blocking highways, dusty roads riddled with potholes, and air so polluted it feels like you're smoking a pack a day just by breathing. In 2023, 9 out of the 10 most polluted cities in the world were in India. That's not just unpleasant, it's dangerous. You go for a walk and come back coughing like you've got bronchitis, just like the poor tourist who got a respiratory infection. Look, I'm not saying there's nothing good in India. The history is rich. The landscapes can be stunning. And yes, there are kind, welcoming people. But those aren't the things that'll hit you first when you land in India. What hits you is the heat, the smell, the noise, the chaos. And then it just keeps hitting. India is not a beginner-friendly travel destination. It's not even an intermediate one. It demands a level of patience, toughness, and risk tolerance that most tourists just don't have. And pretending otherwise does no one any favors. So if you're thinking of going to India because you saw a dreamy reel on TikTok, think again. Go with your eyes open, not your Instagram filter on. Know what you're getting into. And for the love of God, don't drink the water. If you enjoyed this video, then please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.